I'm just taking the strain off my knees by walking backwards a little bit.
Good idea. Man, I wish I could hire a dwarf to kneel behind you right now. John, we just had a reliable source that is complete strangers who walked by us.
Say that this trail is basically just not worth it.
They've never been to the end of it because they get about this far and they go, God, it's hot. Let's go back.
And you know what, Jim?
What?
God, it's hot.
Nope, not quite yet, John. We're still going to continue on.
All right, today we're going to Sullivan Canyon. It's over here off of Mandeville. It is off of the 405. Get off at Sunset Boulevard. Shoot to the west. That's north of the 10. That's south of the 101. So you're heading west on Sunset, and you're going to hit Mandeville Canyon. You're going to take that towards the mountains. You're going to quick turn left on West Ridge. You're going to drive that around until you hit Bayless Road. Turn left on Bayless. You're going to stop and hit Queensbury. Queens Ferry. Turn left there. Park. Oh, my God.
We're here at Sullivan Canyon. We parked here on Queens Ferry.
Uh-huh.
And that trailhead is right down the road here.
Huh.
Jim.
Yes.
We're here in the wilderness, making our way onto the Sullivan Fire Road Trail.
It's gonna be great.
I hope you can hear me over the sounds of all the indigenous wildlife.
The caterpillars are very loud here.
Yes.
Very loud, very loud.
Right, the Sullivan Canyon Trail coming off of Sunset goes down into the valley. It's slightly shaded, a little bit more of a hiker's trail. Then it pops up to the Fire Road, the Sullivan Fire Road, which is more of a mountain biker's trail. You can continue there. If you choose to hike along the Sullivan Fire Road, it is going to be hot and dusty. You can get all the way up to Mulholland. God bless you if you wish to do that. I am not a mountain biker, and I am not a fan of that dusty, hot ridge walking.
Johnny, you know what I love about
Getting back to nature?
Yeah, the sounds of nature.
Yeah.
You know, it's good.
Awesome.
It's good when somebody who has a $10 million house realizes that's insulting to me as a trail walker, and I want it to look like a $15 million house now. Get on that, millionaire. When I imagine a Los Angeles trail, this is the exact trail I see in my brain in a magical, generic LA trail. Got a little shade, it's kind of dusty.
But in your brain there's a bikini volleyball game going on.
Not true, the women are completely naked.
Oh.
Yeah, duh. You know.
Said, hey, wait, there's a rope swing up there.
Oh.
Or a hanging tree, we're not sure at this point.
Oh, let the awesomeness begin. Woo! Oh, I'm starting to, that feels so good, John.
You know what, the way I'm doing the camera, and the viewer's not feeling so well either right now.
Woo!
You okay there?
Far out, man. It's like everything's green and spinning, man.
Like being right back at Strawberry Fest, isn't it?
And actually, I'm actually not even joking. I'm kind of about to throw up in a dizzy way.
We're gonna keep the camera rolling,
Hold on.
folks.
Oh, luckily I'm starving, so there's no food to throw up.
Oh, it's just gonna be bile. That's awesome. So, Jim, you hike enough of these Southern California trails, and you can really get a solid understanding of why we don't have a solar energy infrastructure out here. There's just not enough sun.
You're right.
It really wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. And the sun is so far away. How can it do anything?
It's 93 million miles away from
Yeah, exactly. That's stupid. Oil's right here in the ground. Hello? John, did you just admit that it's possible
I didn't
that
necessarily admit, Jim. I postulated.
That it's possible.
There's a slight outside chance that parts of this trail may not be horrible on a cooler day.
Right. But you're not going to go all in on that.
No, I'm not going to go all in on that.
Johnny, we took a little break.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up into these trees, and there's these small vines that seem to be traveling down, and I believe if there were like a little miniature Tarzan who lived in this canyon, he could swing back and forth between these vines and do very well with ladies named Jane.
If they were also
It's a cornucopia of little spider webs along the trail, right?
Yeah, I was saying it must be something when at dusk all the spiders hit the trail at once to
Right.
to feed.
So if you were to stumble right now and hit the ground, do you think they would all just swarm you like piranha?
Scarabs, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I was told at one point that the roots were hallucinogenic. However,
Really?
but not unlike a blowfish, if improperly prepared, they will kill you. But if properly prepared, cool hallucinogen, and I've forgotten the name of it. And I may be thinking of a different plant, or
So, do we know what the proper way to prepare this plant is?
I think the best way to figure that out is trial and error. Right? Am I wrong? I mean, come on.
What could go wrong?
Hope you got an extended family, so you can start going down the line until you can figure out the right way to do it.
Yeah.
It's a hilarious way to injure blind bicyclists, because they would just be riding along thinking everything's good, and then they would hit that and blink, go
So you
over.
think they would have made it to this point, though?
I haven't really
Blind
fully
enough.
fleshed out my theory on that, John.
You sure we're supposed to be here?
We are, but we made a big mistake by not bringing a gas can and a pick, so we could dig it up and get free gasoline right here, apparently.
Is this the free gas site?
Yes, I know in Africa, whenever there's a pipeline, large numbers of people hack into it, and nothing ever bad happens to them, except for dying. All right, let's imagine there was a chipmunk that lived in a field full of vanilla, and that chipmunk didn't actually eat the vanilla, but he ate the vanilla seeds, and then had a cold small chipmunk beer, and then it had a fart, and then it would smell just like this.
So is this a magical chipmunk?
Wait, let me. Yes, it smells like a magical chipmunk. So imagine the smell of vanilla seeds, chipmunk farts, and beer.
Beer.
And that's what it smells like right now. John, I have a number of plant allergies, but I don't know all of them. And so
Only one way to find out,
I
buddy.
think a good way to find out is to take, like, let's say a pod from a plant, and you just rub it. Rub it on your skin. Rub.
Now,
And then it looks good. I'll check back with you in a couple hours.
great.
There's something nice about just getting distance. You know, going down a trail for a long amount of time, even if it's not a good-looking trail, to know you've gone a long way away from other people.
It's the satisfaction of not being near others, yeah.
Right. Even
A second ago, you mentioned that you might have seen a skunk
correct.
scamper into the underbrush here. What action should we be taking?
I think you try to puff yourself up real big so they are, they don't attack you as quickly. Because if they see something big, and never turn your back on a skunk. 'Cause a lot of people wear masks on the back of their heads so that when they're turned away from a skunk, it won't attack you from the back, and that you don't want to come across a skunk mother and its babies, because it will attack you to protect. I'm thinking of mountain lions. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Okay.
skunks. I think we just cruise on by.
Okay, cool.
And there's a lot of electricity I'm absorbing.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put on my sunscreen, and I didn't bring any water, and I'm getting hungry, and oh, John, you just look like a roasted chicken.
Don't forget, I'm covered in urine.
Now we're on the Sullivan Fire Road Trail, and I got a headache. I forgot to use my sunscreen, and this wants me to say one thing about the Sullivan Trail and anyone named Sullivan and the Irish. Screw you, Irish people. This trail blows. Or unless they're Scottish, then screw those guys.
I concur.
John,
Yeah. Whoa!
it's your boy.
It's cold and deep.
Thank you. Johnny, Sullivan Canyon Trail. It was a heck of a long one.
It was.
More of a mountain biker's trail.
Decent parking. It wasn't so horrible parking there.
Yeah, that's
And you got a little bit of heat stroke. You got a little bit of dehydration.
Right.
A little bit of everything for everybody.
Right. If you're ready to lose some water weight, that's a great one for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Biggest loser
Hey,
my
what do you
ass.
say, John?
Don't mess up our planet.
We won't mess up.